All right, what up, guys? It's your boy T Libs. Today, I'm going to be just talking about things I have learned in 10 years, really 10 years plus of making music. And the goal of this video is to just hopefully give you guys some insight into things that are helpful, information that is helpful to you, whether you be someone who makes music. If you make music, I know this will help you. If you're in a creative field in general, I know this will help you. Or if you just are alive and living life, I know there will be some nuggets of life experience and insight and wisdom in this video that will pertain to you as well. So I'm just gonna be freeform talking. I got things on my phone, some notes to try to keep my head in line, but I'm just gonna talk and go and let it flow. And I really hope you guys enjoy this. Drop a like, a comment, subscribe, comment below. Let me know what kinds of other videos you would like to see. And yeah, we're gonna get right into it. So the first thing, when it comes to making music, for me, I produce. That's the main thing I do. Although I started by writing songs over a decade ago when I was about 13. I'm almost 25 now. When I was about 13, I decided, hey, I want to make music for the rest of my life, and I began by writing songs. A couple years later, I got into producing, and so that leads me into where I'm at today. But the biggest thing I've learned in producing, when trying to make songs or beats that people listen to, that people like, that artists want to get on, or that people just enjoy, simplicity is key. Being simple is like the most important thing. We tend to overcomplicate these things. We overcomplicate our beats. We overcomplicate our songs. We try to do too much a lot of the time. So I would say the biggest thing, simplicity is key. And if you want to learn how to get better at your craft, at making music, at making beats, or at whatever artistic field you're in, or whatever you're doing, this is the biggest key that I learned to actually get better quick, is to replicate other people's work. There are great artists, there are people in your field who are at a level that you want to be at, right? And you want to replicate their work, okay? There's a difference between replicating and stealing, right? So one thing I've did with beats to learn how to make better beats is I would remake beats of popular songs or popular beats that I enjoyed, that I thought, oh, this beat is dope. I'm going to try to remake it. And through remaking it, recreating the sounds, recreating the drum patterns, you learn things, you learn the formulas of how these people who made this great product made the great product, okay? That doesn't mean just steal everything everybody does and call it your own, but it means when you're trying to learn and develop a skill, you can do that by recreating what other great artists have done. So that can apply to your music or whatever other kind of art you do. You never know who is going to play a major role in your journey. So this is a really important thing, is don't just chase after these people who are like, so I'm a producer. I'm not just chasing after Drakes. I'm not just chasing after Future and Young Thug and all those big artists. Like, the goal is not to just chase after the people at the top of the ladder. I look at everybody in the same way. Whether I have someone with 20 followers who wants to buy a beat from me, or someone with 200,000 followers who wants to buy a beat from me, and yes, I have had both, I'm looking at these people the same way. Hey, that's a human being. They make art, they make music. Let me be a contributor to them. Let me be someone who can help to bring their music to the next level. This person looks at my art and wants to collaborate with me. I honor that. I value that. I treat these people with integrity. I go out of my way to do what I can do to help these people. And a lot of these people who you go out of your way to help, when there may not even be anything big in it for you, will come back and be a major blessing to your life. Do not despise humble beginnings. Do not despise the people who are at their beginning, because remember, you were at that place too, and maybe you're even at that place now. And if you are, I pray that people come into your life, into your direction, who will not despise where you're at, but who will see you for what you are, and that's someone with great potential, right? When I was first getting into making music, I knew my music was not good. I knew it wasn't good, but I knew in my heart, oh, I know one day I'm going to be great at this. I knew it because God had put it on my heart to do this, and I believed in myself. I believed in the gift the Lord had given me. And so I said, I'm going to do this and I'm going to be great one day. And I worked and worked and worked and worked, and I'm still working and always will be working, but I have made great progress. And what I'm getting at by saying is, you don't know who is that person who's at the beginning of their journey and has great potential. The next Juice WRLD, the next Post Malone, you don't know who that person is, but if you treat every single individual seriously, with integrity, with honor, you will be blessed. Like, I promise you, you will be blessed, and these people will be a blessing to you. And maybe they don't become the next Post Malone, but I can guarantee if you treat these people right, all from the 20 followers to the 200,000, you're going to be blessed. Believe me, it comes back around. They'll bless you in ways you couldn't even imagine. So another thing, consistency is key. Guys, everyone says it, but it is so true. You want to be consistent. If you want to elevate in your field, in your craft, in making music, you want to work at it as much as you can. Okay, you want to be consistent. Whatever it is you're doing, do it frequently, do it often. That doesn't mean you can't have a social life or you can't have anything else like that, and that'll lead me into my next point, but you want to be consistent. So my next point, your life outside of your music or whatever it is you're doing is equally as important as the actual art itself. Okay, me, in my life, for many years, I sacrificed everything for this music, and I do mean literally everything, from my social life to financial stability to mental stability, time, relationships, family, friendships. I literally sacrificed everything to this music. Okay, it was my God. As bad as that sounds, it was my God before I actually met my real God, Jesus Christ. But that's besides the point of what I'm saying. Is your social life, your fitness, your health, those things matter. Those things are what we draw on. To make this art, you must be inspired, and inspiration comes from your real life and what you're really living, your relationships with your family, your relationships with your friends. And I promise, if you take care of those things outside of your craft, you will have better mental clarity. You will have more purpose, more reason, more drive, a more fulfilling life. And you won't just be some robot making beats all day, because I did that, and I promise you, it leads to destruction. Like, it actually leads to destruction. Yes, you'll gain skill, but I believe with diligence, with the grace of God, you can gain skill equally as fast, if not faster, definitely healthier, right? By focusing on living a well-rounded life. Okay, so next thing, look to others who are ahead of you as inspiration and not a comparison that will steal your joy. So for me, I have producers who I look at and I go, oh my goodness, they are so talented. They're so good at what they do. They're light years above my skill level. I recognize it and I go, that is, woo, it's overwhelming. So what I could do is I could look at that and I could get discouraged. And many people fall into this. They say, oh, they're just so much better than me. How could I ever get there? How could I ever do that? And they get discouraged and they get beat up and they want to quit. What I'm telling you is harness that and use it as motivation and inspiration, and go, wow, look at them. They're really trailblazing. They're leading the way. Like, I'm chasing that. Like, let me go in that direction. Let me be inspired by the fact that, hey, at one point, they were like me. They didn't have what they have now as far as skill set and everything they have. Like, they had to get it. They had to attain it. And at one time, they were in your shoes, okay? And so just be motivated and look to them and go, hey, I'm following them. They're doing it. I'm doing it. I'm not saying do everything they do, but you get what I'm saying. Like, shoot for the stars. You see the stars, shoot for the stars, okay? So that's a huge thing. Another thing, don't force things. You will come through times where you're in a slump, you're in a creative block, and it's like, you will be so tempted to just try to push your way through it, to force your way through it. And you can do that, but I do believe that it leads to not always the best products, and definitely not the healthiest way to do it, in my opinion, because I did that for a long time. I feel like when you hit that creative block, when you're stuck, go back, live life, draw inspiration from things you like. It could be as simple as playing a video game for an hour. It could be as simple as reading a book. It could be as simple as going for a walk in the woods, spending time with family. Like the real life things that you do that are fulfilling, like I said earlier, you draw inspiration from those. So when you're in a creative block, it's okay to take a step back and go, hey, I don't gotta make beats all day today. I could do something else and be inspired and come back and make a better beat than I would have made. So that applies to whatever you're chasing, whether it be beats, music, painting, art, whatever it is. If you're in art, you will have creative blocks, and my advice is to draw back. This is what I've learned. Draw back, soak your actual life in, and take inspiration from that to move forward. Okay, this is a big key. Ready? Put your product out there. Put your product out there. Whatever you are making, whatever you are working on, if you're like me, you're a perfectionist and you go, oh, it's got to be perfect. It's got to be perfect. It has to be yada yada. Once I get to this point, when I get to this point, I'll start dropping music. When I get to this point, I'll finally put my product out there when it's just good enough. But I'm here to tell you, yes, you want to have a good product, right? You want to have a good quality product, but if you're waiting for a perfect quality product before you put it out there, you are doing yourself a disservice, okay? And there's two reasons. One, your product is probably better than you think, and there are probably people out there who are going to enjoy it, okay? Two, if you put your product out now, even if you know that it's not the best product that you have the potential of creating in your life, that's okay, because people love to see your journey. They love to see where you start from and where you're going to, okay? So even if your product isn't the best and it's not where you want to be, right? If you think, hey, it's pretty good, like it's decent, like like this song, like I could listen to this, get some feedback from people. You'll be surprised when you get feedback from people who aren't yes men, like people who are legitimate. They'll tell you like, no, like this is dope, like I actually like this. Put your product out there. Just step out in faith. Do it. You will not gain anything by withholding everything, but you will guaranteed gain something by putting something out there, okay? Put your product out there. Drop your songs. Artists, drop your songs. Your songs will change lives, and you never know whose life is going to change, but it won't change a life sitting on your hard drive for the rest of eternity. Period, okay? Don't wait to be perfect. Do not wait to be perfect. Start now, okay? This is the next thing. Set attainable goals. It's very easy with goals to set lofty goals. I want 1 million subscribers on YouTube. I want to be a platinum producer this month. Be realistic. It's good to set those long-term goals, but for yourself right now, set attainable goals that you can do in your near future, right? And I would almost even advise underselling yourself with your goals. Like you might have a goal that you know you can do and you can do it easily and it's of no challenge, but just by doing it, by setting it, by saying, hey, my goal, upload 1 YouTube video this week. That's my goal. 1 video, I can do that. That's 1 video, boom, and I do it and I knock it out and I go, boom, great. I did that, right? But hear me out. If I set a goal too lofty, like I want to upload a YouTube video every day this week, chances are I'm not going to do it, right? I'm busy with other things. Would I like to be able to upload to YouTube every day? I would love it. But where I'm at right now, it's too lofty of a goal. It's too heavy of a goal. So when you set goals that are too heavy, you won't accomplish them and you will feel bad. You'll feel like you failed. But when you set easy goals, you'll do them and you'll be encouraged like, oh wow, I just did that. And then you'll begin to work your way up to set more goals, right? Well, maybe next week I'll work on uploading 2 videos. You get what I'm saying? So start slow and do what is attainable. That way you're able to grow like muscles. You're able to grow your capacity little by little instead of just boom, everything now all at once. Go slow with it and just set attainable goals and check them off. Be diligent and check them off and you'll feel great. And you'll realize over time, after a month of setting easy weekly goals, you'll have accomplished a lot. After 6 months of setting weekly goals, you'll have accomplished so much and building your way up, and you won't even be on the same type of time after those 6 months. It'll be unreal. So this is my next thing, and it ties in with that. Go one day at a time. Take everything you're doing one day at a time. If you look too far to the future, you will become overwhelmed. You'll become overwhelmed with, oh, how can I get there from here? Well, you can do it by doing it one day at a time. Don't do everything. You can't do everything that you need to do in the future now, but you can do what you need to do now. Now, take on today's trials, today's problems, today's goals, today's work today, and set these goals for the future, sure, and work towards them, but you work towards them one day at a time, right? How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, okay? One bite at a time. So those are the biggest things that I have learned in my 10 plus years of making music. Guys, I really hope these things were helpful. I know that there is some good insight and wisdom for you guys. And I'll tell you, the biggest piece of advice I can give to any of you, give your life to Jesus Christ, man. That is the most important thing. That's without that, none of all this other stuff that I just said really matters. It's not going to fulfill you. If you're looking for happiness, you're looking for joy, you're looking for peace, I would say lay your life down and see what God's will for your life is. And man, you will be blessed beyond imagination. You will be transformed, and everything you thought that would make you happy, man, it's temporary. The things in life, money, women, clothes, cars, whatever it is that you want, temporary. That's of this earth. And we're all going to die one day. And you want to make sure when you do die that you're going to the right place, that you spend eternity with Jesus Christ, your Lord and Savior. So that's what I got to say about that, guys. Really hope you enjoyed. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what other videos you want to see. And I'm out. God bless. Peace. Okay, so a little disclaimer. After recording this video, I just realized there's a whole lot more that I can say and that I want to say about this. I just thought of a bunch more things in like 30 seconds. So if you want to see a part 2 to this video, let me know and I'll make a part 2.